Right, just wanted to clarify a few points on these platinums after taking a few more apart. Some of what I was assuming on that last lengthy video is not entirely accurate. So, with them apart like this, there's obviously three thermistors, three elements that are controllable, and you'll find there's one large pad, four small pads, and then three more large pads. The elements are these three large pads. When they're out like this and the thermal fuse is missing from the circuit, if you use this pad here and then measure each one of these in turn, you'll measure the elements. So this is 175, 180 and 188 ohms, so yeah, all varying slightly. You can read the thermistors on the four pads here, and you just need to touch that one and then three others in turn, and you can measure the thermistors. So currently we have, it's 14 degrees in the workshop at the moment, and that thermistor is reading 2.9k. This one is 2.5k, and that one is 2.5. I don't know how quickly we can change their temperature, oh sorry, their reading, or how sensitive they are. Can't even get the reading now. Okay. 1.7, 1.9, 2.3. So that's how to measure on that side. If we just slide this over, I'm zoomed in here. I can't really see whether this is on screen properly or not, but hopefully it is. If we move on to the other side, again you've got to touch the pad and then each of the elements, 172, 176, 182, and same as before with the, oops, which way round was it? That one, I think, yeah. So we've got 2.2, oh, the wrong thing, I think. Oh, come on. Let's try again. 1.7, 2.2, and 1.8. So you can check the elements and the thermistors, and you can remove these here with the hot air if the elements are broken. I have left the various pads and little plastic clips on this one just so we can, and I've taken photos actually so we can see where the sticky pads go. Sticky pad, plastic clip. I think I've taken the plastic clip off of that one just so I can do the readings. There's plastic clips on here, sticky pads on there, another sticky pad, clips missing because I've taken it off to measure, and then there's this piece here that sits inside the silicon rubber holder. You can see which way around that goes, hopefully, and I've removed it from the other end just for testing and seeing how it comes apart. So the other thing what I've looked at is a closer look at this thermal fuse arrangement. Now this one I've taken apart and had a closer look at exactly how it works. It's not a bimetallic strip. Inside they were just contacts that are gently making contact with each other, and if we check this at the moment it should be absolutely fine, which it is. Yeah, the actual mechanism, if you remember, there's a little piece of metal just the other side of this cover, and it's like a little clicker, and that's the bit that's doing the heating up and bending, and then it clicks back the other way and it pushes that little white button with just enough force to separate the contacts. So I thought we would, this one I've super glued back together and then clamped the metal back around. It's a bit fiddly, but I really don't think these fail. But what I'm really interested in is whether they are self-resetting. I'm not sure, so we're going to have another look, I think, at the bit of metal. I should have got the hot air system ready, but we haven't. So we're just going to carefully take this apart again. So we've got the little lid which will just come away. Completely wrong about these contacts being some sort of bimetallic strips. That's not what it is at all. This one comes off first. It sits in that way round, and then the other one comes off and obviously sits that way round. You can see the little bit of plastic in there. It's not sticking out of the plastic body, but if we lift this away, move that, we'll turn it over, that's the bit of metal that actually does the clicking as it heats up. So that will be the bit that we really would need to heat up now and watch it bend the other way. Right, so sorry, back after that cock up with the camera, and so we were just going to heat this up with the hot air, and so hopefully we'll be able to see it move. Click back the other way. There we go. The question is, will it now cool down and reset? That I don't know. So it's bent in a curve. That a little bit of writing up at the moment. I'm just going to let that cool down and see if that pings back the other way on its own. So it looks like it isn't. So it seems like an awfully complex arrangement to make something that you could reset if you could get it apart, but it doesn't reset on its own. Why not just have a permanently failing thermal fuse? I mean, that is obviously stone cold now, and it's clearly not going to reset on its own. Let's reset it by pushing down. There you go. So the writing now is on the concaved piece, and if we heat that up again, let's try it again. There you go. But it does not reset on its own, which seems a little odd. Just don't see the point of that. Let's press it down again. There you go. That's stone cold, and it will not click back. It's it goes one way or the other. Let's try it the other way actually. If I reverse it, see what happens. Yep, so it's gone that way. It's not going to work the other way with the convex surface. That cannot spring back round, can it? It's already gone the way it wants to go when it's heated up. Yeah, exactly. So the the off, or the fuse making good contact, is with the writing down towards the plastic and the button, and it's making natural spring. The contacts are making natural contact, and with the writing pointing down like that, that switch isn't being touched. Just hold this in place this time so it doesn't go pinging off. Yeah, there you go. As soon as that overheats, that goes into a concave shape, presses the plastic button, which just puts enough pressure on these little springs to separate the contacts. So yeah, definitely non-resettable, but I've got a sneaky feeling that probably doesn't fail very much either. Would you be able to do anything to reset that? No, not really, unless you can somehow get into here. Can you press the sides? Nope. So no, you'd actually have to take this apart, reset it and reassemble it, which of course is not really practical because it's very hard now to get everything reassembled. My gut feeling is these do not fail very often, so yeah, just to look at that, just to you know, clarify how it's actually working, but not much we can do about it either way. Just don't think they fail.